My dear Igraspers, Namaste and a very warm welcome to your weekly dose of current affairs and facts to make you aware and future ready. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. So let's continue to learn and step ahead. The highlights of today's capsule are PM Modi's virtual meeting with chief ministers, schools in China reopen, online Nations Cup begins on chess.com, dolphins spotted in River Ganga, human trials of COVID-19 vaccination, humanity in the times of Corona, and the fabulous F2 segment. Let's begin with the news from around our country.
The centre on Friday extended the nationwide coronavirus lockdown by 2 weeks till May 17th. While some curbs will apply across the country, there will be considerable relaxations in the green and orange zones to revive economic activity.
Here are the highlights of the Prime Minister's virtual meeting with the Chief Ministers of the different states of India. PM Modi said that the lockdown in India has yielded positive results and saved many lives. He said the states of the country should focus their energies into converting all red zones, which are areas with a high number of virus-infected people, into green zones, which are COVID-free zones. The lockdown restrictions will be lifted in the green zones first. He emphasized on the importance of ensuring that more people download the Arogya Setu app to bolster the efforts of the country in the battle against COVID-19.
The Chief of Defence Staff General Bipin Rawat on Friday addressed a press conference. On behalf of the Army, Navy and Air Force, he thanked all COVID-19 warriors and said that on May 3rd, amongst some special goodwill gestures, helicopters will shower flower petals on hospitals treating COVID-19 patients. Ships will be lit along the seashores. Army bands will be playing in hospitals, and the armed forces will lay wreaths at the police memorials as a mark of respect.
In a very interesting news from the business world, Igraasp, the world's largest social networking site Facebook bought 9.99% of Reliance Jio, one of India's largest telecommunication companies owned by Asia's richest man, Mukesh Ambani. Facebook made this purchase for a whopping $5.7 billion. Facebook said that it would focus on collaborating its popular messaging platform WhatsApp with Reliance's JioMart, something similar to Amazon. Moving on now to our international segment.
Schools in China are gradually reopening after a long interval due to the coronavirus outbreak. Social distancing rules and other preventive measures are still being followed in schools to prevent the highly infectious disease from spreading. One school in the city of Hangzhou found an innovative way to enforce social distancing by letting the students wear hats with 3-foot-long horizontal plumes extending on either side. The students, with their faces covered with masks, were seen wearing colorful headgear with extended plumes made out of cardboard and even balloons. Igraasp, necessity is the mother of inventions, isn't it? Now let's see what's happening in the world of sports.
In times where all sports events are getting cancelled or postponed, there is one that will still take place virtually. Any guesses? Well, it's chess. The FIDE, which governs the game of chess, announced that they were going to be hosting an online chess competition called the Online Nations Cup on chess.com from May 5th to May 10th. 6 teams will be playing, and the list includes countries like India, Russia and China. Legendary players like Vishwanathan Anand, Garry Kasparov and Vladimir Kramnik will all be participating in this online event, which has a total prize pool of over 1.3 crore rupees. As people are stuck at home, they're turning towards websites like chess.com to keep their brains active. A recent report by them showed that the number of active users increased by over 250% in March due to COVID. So tell me, Igraspers, will you be watching the chess tournament?
Virat Kohli and AB de Villiers, two cricket legends and amongst the greatest batsmen ever, announced last week that they would be auctioning their cricket gear from the special IPL match in 2016, meaning they will sell their gear to the person willing to pay the most for it. This gear is from Kohli and de Villiers' record-breaking partnership in the 2016 edition of the IPL. The money raised from selling this cricket gear will be donated to charities battling the coronavirus pandemic. Moving on now to our interesting environment segment. Igraasp-Making. As you all would have learned, pollen is a powdery substance that is found on plants and flowers. Pollen is used to form seeds, but some humans have terrible reactions to it, which can cause allergies. Scientists have found a tiny beetle that munches on ragweed plants, a plant that is known to trigger hay fever symptoms. This tiny beetle dramatically reduces the amount of pollen produced by the ragweed plant by 82%, which can help reduce the spread of hay fever to millions of people. Interesting, isn't it?
After flamingos in Mumbai and Nilgai in Noida, now rare sightings of dolphins were made in Uttar Pradesh's Meerut city, with nature reclaiming its space amidst the nationwide lockdown. The Ganges River dolphin is India's national aquatic animal, but sightings have been limited since it's an endangered species. Friends, if you remember from last week, we talked about the Ganga water now being clean enough to drink. In the face of this, our national aquatic animal has once again emerged in the Ganga, adding to a long list of such unusual sightings, something we hope can be maintained. Now moving on to our science segment.
India is playing a pivotal role in developing a probable vaccine for coronavirus. Vaccine major Serum Institute of India, SII, plans to start the production of the COVID-19 vaccine developed by Oxford University. The institute hopes to release the vaccine into the market by October if all the human clinical trials are successful. Here's wishing the team the best of luck for this eagerly awaited breakthrough.
New research and evidence claims that plasma therapy can help cure coronavirus patients. Plasma therapy basically uses blood donated by already recovered patients to introduce antibodies that are basically things that fight viruses into those under treatment. The King George Medical University at Lucknow has begun using plasma therapy to treat COVID-19 patients. Since plasma therapy is new and unknown in treating coronavirus, it requires government permission. Finally, there may be some cure available for a virus that has misplaced all our lives.
The Indian entertainment industry lost two of its legendary stars this week, Rishi Kapoor and Irfan Khan. Both actors were unwell and were getting treated for cancer. It's a great loss for the entire entertainment community and Bollywood lovers.
Can you guess who? This English poet and playwright is known as the greatest dramatist in the world. He contributed close to 3,000 words to the Oxford English Dictionary. He is the second most quoted English writer. Did you get it? Yes, it's the Bard of Avon, William Shakespeare. Did you know that Shakespeare's famous quotation, "To be or not to be, that is the question," is amongst the most quoted lines in the world.
What is the only edible food that is said to never spoil? Yes, it's honey. Honey is the only food that will never rot. It can last up to 3,000 years. Did you know honey bees must gather nectar from 2 million flowers to make 1 pound of honey? That's a lot of hard work. Igraspers, cherish that every drop of the golden nectar when you have it. Make all that hard work worthwhile.
Igraspers, This week we shall board the Great Glass Elevator with Charlie and Willy Wonka. In this sequel to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the glass elevator is accidentally launched into space into Earth's orbit. Wonka must dock the elevator to the newly launched space hotel. Problem is, they are mistaken for space pirates by the hotel staff aboard a space capsule. The hotel itself is infested with vermicious nids, giant brown-green aliens who are waiting to feed upon the hotel staff. What will Charlie Bucket and Willy Wonka do? Read this exciting science fiction novel and share your reviews with us via email.
Word of the day is asymptomatic, which simply means showing or presenting no symptoms of a particular disease or infection. Mahatma Gandhi once said, "Never lose faith in humanity." In an act of heartfelt gratitude, migrant workers in Rajasthan who were given food and shelter by the villagers during the ongoing corona crisis decided to paint the walls and verandas of the government school, giving it a complete facelift. The workers said it was their way of giving back for all the help extended by the villagers. Igraspers, let's give a big thumbs up for the act of kindness shown by the villagers and the migrant workers. In another act of compassion, an 8-year-old Australian boy named Corona was being bullied. He wrote a letter to Tom Hanks, the Toy Story actor, saying he felt sad and angry when everyone teased him. Tom Hanks responded to the boy with extremely encouraging words, appreciating his name and the letter sent by him. The actor also sent a Corona brand typewriter gift to Corona and asked him to write to him again. This sure did make Corona feel good. You know we're talking about the boy, right? Igraasp-Making, we love compiling the news wraps for you and sure hope you enjoy watching them too. Please subscribe to the channel by just pressing the subscribe button. It's free and takes no time. It's a small step with a big encouragement for us here at Igraasp. Until next time, keep sharing and keep smiling. Sayonara!